All right, it's Nick Man Sales. I'm gonna give you the sales tip of the day. This is for all my final expense sales agents out there. If you're selling insurance, whether it's over the phone or in person, this is a secret that I did that made me a ton of extra sales and it made me great money. The reason for that is simple. Most of the time in final expense, depending on your contract level, we'll say you're at 100% of the contract. You're gonna get paid the amount of 100% of the premium. You get 75% up front, and then there's a trail that comes with it. So let's do some math. Always have a super low option. So one of the carriers that I really liked, I'm not gonna mention their name, but it was $25 a month was their lowest minimum payment. That means $25 a month was what the bottom dollar, like no one could go under that. That's the lowest. Doesn't matter what the coverage amount was. You want them to buy something so that you can retarget, remarket, and you help them in some way. Ergo, normally that $25 a month turned into, it's actually really nice math, it turned into a $225 commission. Why that was so important and why that worked was as I went through my presentation, most of the people would say, oh, I want $1 million of coverage, or I want 100 grand, or I want 50 grand, or I want this. And then we get to the pricing, and based off their health and who they are, we couldn't do it, or that was out of their budget. I'd be like, yeah, most people normally spend somewhere between $100 and $150 a month. Some people spend $200. It really depends on how important it is to you. What kind of budget do you have? And people would say, things along the line of, I want to spend 50 bucks, or I want to spend 10 bucks, or I want to spend whatever. It doesn't matter what they say because they don't know shit. You know the answers because you're the agent. So I would go through the process and I would say, all right, well, if you wanted that, 25 grand, it's going to be, say, in this example, $112 a month. I have a person in my mind. And I said, it's $112 a month. And this guy hemmed and hawed, that's a lot of money. I'm on Social Security, bad, bad, bad. All right, it's no problem. Well, here's what the other option I have is $75 a month. I know we said your budget is, you want it to be 30 to 75 bucks. 75 bucks gets you this amount of money, you're perfect. And he was like, well, I gotta think about it. That's a lot of money. I only make $17.50. And I'm like, okay, no problem. How about this? We can always up it later. You wanna get insurance, right? You need to have something to help. Even if you just aren't gonna get buried, you're gonna get cremated, right? Probably. Whatever you could afford comfortably. You don't wanna put that weight on your family. Fair enough? That bill's going somewhere. Let's at least do something to help them that doesn't hurt you at all, helps them, and in the future, when you want to up this, we can use this health record to help increase your coverage. Makes sense? Because let's face it, you're not getting any younger and you're not getting any healthier. It's as cheap as it could be. The lowest I could do at that time was 25 bucks a month. I said 25 bucks a month to get you great coverage. It's always here, but I went through all the benefits. And the guy said, you know what? You're right. I should at least do something. I said, you got to do at least something. Help your family, help yourself, leave a legacy. Worst case scenario, we can always up it later on. Perfect. Sold him the $25 policy. I did that process with so many seniors. It was outrageous. Like outrageous. You could always throw this little tiny thing in any sale. Hey, how about a little extra life insurance? We got a special going. It's 25 bucks a month for, this amount of coverage for your age. You'd be amazed how many people will just buy it because it's so cheap. If I was still selling insurance today, I would be selling that all. I'd be the king of the $225 policy because it's an add-on. I'm selling them something else most of the time, whether it's Medicare, cancer policies, hospital indemnity. If that's the case, I'm throwing this extra policy on every person I talk to. I'm gonna offer it to them because it's 25 bucks a month. It's a nothing. And that's 225 bucks in your pocket. And a new person that you have a right to call, market, and sell something else to. If you're in insurance and you sell final expense or you sell any kind of insurance, this $25 final expense policy should be your best friend. Yeah, that's super cheap. You could make it more. I know guys that offer the $50 a month. I always like the 25 because it's no resistance. Oh yeah, it's perfect, let's do it. And then I call them back, 2 weeks, 6 months later, whenever. have it in your CRM, and I say, hey, we got that amount on there. Would you want to up that a little bit? It's a little, it's a little lower. We could add another policy. Another company, might be a little more competitive, whatever. And then you add on to it. Hey, I did this, I did that. Since you showed good faith, that we can work with this. Whatever you want to say, it doesn't matter. All you're doing is stacking more policies on people because they need more coverage. Most people are wildly underinsured and they don't understand that. And all you're trying to do is help them with something. Even a $5,000 policy beats no policy because there's gonna be costs. As soon as they die or something happens, there's gonna be costs. Make sure you're covering their costs. Try to help them.